Hey everybody, Alex here with another edition of Momentum Charting. Today we are going to be getting into our favorite stock, SAVA, Cassava Sciences. But before we do that, jump down below, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. Doing both of those things is the only way to ensure you never miss a single update over the coming days and weeks on SAVA. Thank you so much for doing that, guys. Let's jump in here to the chart. Now, our last update was here on July 30th. Just a couple days ago, and in that video I stated basically that at this point I thought the sell-off was way overdone, but to be quite honest with you and fair with you guys, I really had no idea that prices on SAVA were going to rebound this quickly and this dramatically to the upside in such a quick period of time, like within the next day. I just really didn't know that was going to happen. Well, I guess that was over the weekend. We talked about it Friday, and then Monday just started gapping up like this, had this big increase in prices the day after we did our last update. Again, I didn't know for sure that was going to happen, but I did believe that the selling was overdone, and I still do. But that does not mean we are out of the woods yet here, guys, on this downside necessarily. I do want to point out a few important things to you on the chart of SAVA moving forward. The first thing is, to me, that the most important thing that we need to recognize here is the extreme amount of strength in one of my favorite longer term indicators, which is kind of a hands-off swing trading indicator that I like to use to determine trend, and it's the this dynamic trend indicator, and we also couple that with an exponential 250 moving average. So when this dynamic trend line is above the 250 and especially moving up like it has been, this is a stock that's in an extremely strong position here, and most likely is going to rebound in a big way when we find the bottom here, which I do believe we are going to be finding here within the next week or so. So that's the first really. I can't understate enough I cannot overstate the importance enough of the alignment of this dynamic trend indicator in the 250, which shows just SAVA is a stock you do not want to be short right now. Let me just put it that way. There's still a very strong long-term alignment on this stock, and we are only looking for areas to buy right now. Definitely not looking for areas to sell. Okay, so having said that, I do believe that it's very important in the short term that we hold this. I'm on the 20-minute chart here. I do believe that it's very important that we hold this trend line if we are going to continue within the very micro short term to get a big rebound. Okay, I don't want to see prices go sideways over the next couple days and break down here. If that does happen, I do believe there could be a little bit more short-term pain. But overall, guys, here I am of the strong belief that at some point here we are going to get a strong back to the upside rubber band type explosion back to the upside, which is usually what you get when you have these oversold conditions. You can see back here I had a similar alignment of the dynamic trend that I was talking about here. Prices broke well below that, but the alignment here of the 250 and the dynamic trend line didn't change, and we got this kind of catapult rubber band effect back to the upside once we broke these levels here at around 105. And I did want to show you guys that level here on this chart as well. On this chart it's about 129, and yeah, that seems like, I understand it seems like it's a long ways from where we are now, $84, $85, but this chart right now is just crazy with volatility, and honestly we can reach potentially, if with the right set of circumstances, we can start reaching those levels again, 120 to 130 within a week or change. It won't take honestly that much of an uptrend to get us back to those levels, just because of the extreme amount of volatility right now in the chart of SAVA, and I do believe that we are going to get some type of a massive rubber band rebound to the upside here. And the exciting part is when we do break back above these levels around 130, I think that's what that is going to set us up for here is a little bit of consolidation around that zone, leading us to our next move to the upside, explosion to the upside in price. Potentially even here, looks to me maybe early next month. So that's definitely something to look forward to on this chart. Yeah, again, swing trader in me says, yes, I do love the look of this chart still, but we still potentially have a little bit of downside here, okay? And I want to show that to you guys here. And that's why I was mentioning about the importance of this 20-minute trend line. What I would really love to happen here is for us to just slowly start moving above this for this the 125 EMA, just to continue on its trajectory, and for us to just slowly start working nicely above that line, and then we can start getting that explosion up towards the 130 level. Now, with the extreme amount of volatility on this stock and on this chart, yeah, that's a perfect scenario, but to me kind of unlikely that it unfolds like that. What's much more likely to me is, you know, you start getting some more whipsaws down in this area, fake outs, maybe something like this, and then eventually start working higher. So just keep that in mind. Keep in mind that we need to hold this trend line right here, break to the upside, but I believe once prices do break above this 125 EMA, that is when we're going to start the move to the upside in earnest. And I am going to dig in here to the momentum indicator and show that to you guys here. But you guys can see here we got kind of this, on this last set here, we got we had kind of this rounded bottom on the 50 moving average, and then prices right here just started ticking above that 125 EMA, and that's when we got this big spike to the upside. And I do believe we are setting up for something similar here, but and the reason I'm saying it might not be in the cards right now, and we may need to be careful for some more downside over the coming days, potentially even breaking these levels. I hope not. If it does break this trend line, to me, a double bottom would be a really great scenario, or some sort of a positive divergence. But there's always a chance again to break lower. But just the fact that I believe this selling to the most part is so overdone already, and we have so much upside still left on this chart. I do believe that we are going to be testing, if we do break this trend line, somewhere down in these levels between 75 and 65, somewhere down here. And let me just quickly show the alignment of this momentum. So we've kind of had this off the lows here on July 30th. We've had this really big explosion of price. Like I said, pretty much the day after I shot the last video saying the selling was overdone. Did not know, obviously, this was going to happen to this degree. Is that right? Wow, yeah. So rebounded at the top 44% in just a couple of days without this momentum indicator having yet shown that it's going to move to the upside. And you can see here, this is the 2 hour, and also here is the 3 hour. You can see the configuration the last time in this area, July 20th to around July 22nd, when we had this big move to the upside here. You could clearly see the rounded bottom developing here on our 3 hour momentum indicator, as well as the 2 hour. Very clear here. Now, that is not quite the same thing that we have going on here. You can see this 3 hour momentum still pushing to the downside, and additionally this 2 hour kind of doing some, it appears to be slightly pushing to the downside here. So that to me is why there is still a possibility over the next couple days, kind of shake some more people out. of SAVA. We've had such a big move off the bottom in such a short period of time. A move back down to these levels would not shock me at all. So if you're looking for a swing trade along the stock, yes, over the long haul, I believe this is still a fantastic entry price for the stock. But if you're worried about the most minute short term on SAVA, wait to see what happens tomorrow and the next couple of days. Wait to see if we don't get this big pullback over the next couple of days. Wait to see if we can hold this 20-minute trend line to the upside and continue here and break above this 125 EMA, so we can start testing these levels once again in the near-term future at $130. Guys, that is it for this update. Hope you found it useful. If you like the update, make sure you go down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. Make sure to stay on board for my next SAVA update, which I believe I'm going to have tomorrow. I want to follow along with this with you guys like I promised I would, to try to see if we can get ourselves out of the woods here and kind of start sailing back again up towards these highs and breaking this 130 level within the next couple weeks. And I'll definitely do an update tomorrow, because I think tomorrow is going to be relatively important to see if we can carry prices up along this trend line, or if we break down in some fashion and start potentially making a move again at these 65 to 75 levels. So again, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this video. Yeah, see you on the next update video tomorrow. Thank you so much. Talk to everybody again soon. Bye for now.